Welcome back, guys. It's your boy the Ace, back with another Flipper special. So,
here comes a new challenger!
Today we'll be diving into the new developments within the Flipper community. Finally, a brand new flavor to taste. Today we'll be focusing on Momentum Firmware, which aims to make a significant impact and establish its presence on the scene, it seems. Crafted by the team behind Extreme Firmware, not sure exactly what that means just yet. This new custom firmware merges the peak achievements of past predecessors, such as Rogue or Unleashed, with a bold vision for the future. So buckle up, turn up those speakers, and let's go. So if we head over to the official Momentum website, we can see exactly what we're dealing with here. So, first of all, we have it's feature rich, it's stable, and it's customizable. Main features include asset packs, Find My, Flipper, Bad USB, and BLE spam. Countless protocols that are being supported, enhanced JavaScripting, Momentum settings, and we have a new interface. Each of these sections can be expanded even more, and we will go into all of that. First of all, we have features. Now we've got a nice tick and Xbox kind of column schema here. So directly it's comparing itself against Rogue Master, the grandfather firmware, of course, Unleashed, and Momentum itself. Typically in this version, everything on the Momentum side will be ticked, proving itself more superior than its predecessors. Now, we can head over to GitHub from here and see exactly what they're doing. Now we're back at GitHub, we can see exactly what's going on here. We got 7 watchers, only 14 forks, so it's definitely quite new. New release just dropped 18 hours ago, so hot off the press at time of recording, of course. Contributors, we have Will JL again. Name has popped up before in a previous review for the BLE spam, so again contributing nicely to the community here. And we have some other key players. Again, we have Scotops, another icon I've seen a lot with the Samurai Jack Haku reference here. And there's some new faces on the block that I've not come across. Spooks I've actually come across again, contributing to the BLE spam project. So it's good to see new faces and old faces contributing to the community. Nice work. Now, if we scroll down a bit more here, we can see we have this custom firmware is based off the official firmware and includes most of the awesome features from Unleashed. It is a direct continuation of the Extreme firmware, built by the same, and in parentheses, and only developers who made the project special. Ooh. We have some fighting words here as well. It's another one. I love it. That's what I like to see. So, what is their MO or modus operandi in this case? Goal is to constantly push the bounds here. Possible of Flipper Zero, driving innovation. Kind of touched upon that. We saw all the tick boxes previously, why it's so good. Feature rich, includes third-party features. It's stable again. We ensure the most stable experience possible by having actual understanding what's going on. Ooh. I like this again.
Here I come. Oh, here I come.
It's just these little hints of flavor of controversy. It's like something behind the scenes is going on. No one's said any shit yet, but something, is going on with the devs especially. And productivity, making all tweaks and additions backwards and intercompatible, definitely. Customization, again, if they've worked on Extreme, customization's a big one on that platform and firmware as well. You can tweak just about everything you see, add, remove apps, change animations, replace icon graphics, change Flipper name, change how the main menu looks, set up different keybinds like never before, and much more. Nice. So definitely, if you've liked Extreme and been using Extreme, I have been, and now I'm on this. I can't wait to see what this can do and what the community is saying here. Leave your comments below if you know some spicy goss as well. So if we just head back over and then we can install this bad boy. So if we go to the installer, Similarly as other firmwares, you can just connect it straight online. We got COM5 available to me here. All right, so we are adding MTN management version 001 straight off the block. Again, we got all the contributors here. Nice work, guys. Just like the apps that have been added in already. We have Find My Flipper by Matthew. Air Labyrinth, not sure what that does yet. They got the game module. Obviously, that's just dropped recently. Still waiting for more work from the community on the game module until we drop a decent video on that. We got the Air Mouse VGM. We got the Air Iconoid as well. We got JS supported modules. We have got the USB disk by Will JL. Bad USB. Add bad USB quit. Allows switching between bad USB and USB disk. Nice. Storage. We got some sub-gigahertz modules been added. BLE beacons, keyboard. Math. Don't know what that's doing yet, but if it's by Spooks, you know it's going to be good. And so much more. I'm not going to just exhaust the whole list of reading it. Big shout out to all the devs here. I'm seeing Will's name splattered everywhere here anyway. And all right, let's go and flash this. Right, guys, that took about 5 minutes to fully install. Interesting, it took longer than I expected, but I assume there's a lot to offer here. So, welcome to Momentum Firmware. Oh. So we hit next. Let's see what's going on. Now we've got the interactive steps to guide you through what the app's actually doing. Try pressing up arrow. We got the brightness sampler. We got lefty mode, dark mode, lock screen, system, graphics settings, frequency, RGB settings, and much more. Now let's start to explore what's going on. The final move. It's pulling in the same asset packs I had from Extreme. So no loss there. All right, we have the leveling system as normal. Let's go into the menu system. We have apps, RFID, infrared button, U2, bad KB, and management or momentum management. Now, first thing I want to look at here is interface. Now, interface at this point, we can tweak every part of the flipper from desktop animations, main menu, lock screen behavior, and file explorer. So if we try that out first, we have graphics. I've got the anonymous pack here. That's from my old one though. So that's just pulling in whatever is inside that asset pack folder in the SD card. If we go to default, I'd like to see what is the default. And then we can unlock animations as well. Put that on. And go back. Alright, default ones are just the official ones really. Just the crappy ones. So, not that great for the defaults. So let's go back in. Interface, we got main menu. We got styles here, got Wii, DSi, PS4. Gonna have to just do that anyway. Just out of impulse, I just need to go straight into the PS4 one. We have the apps. Can reset the menu, of course. You can add apps if we're gonna add more apps or external apps. We can remove apps. All right, I just want to see this menu style first before we even go anywhere further. And in true PS4 fashion, it is so. Alright, I'm going to have to stay with this one just because of the nostalgia of it. Lovely stuff. Let's go back in again. What else do we have? Now we have lock screen. We have lock screen settings. So lock on boot. Format on bad. Pin. I don't know, that sounds a bit dangerous to me just because I've got asshole cousins that might just pick up my flipper, try break into it, and then it's going to format all my shit. So probably not for me. Depends what's on it, really. And if I'm willing to lose it if someone tries to brute force it. Allow RPC while locked. We got allow power off mode, show the time, show the seconds of the time, show date, status bar. etc. So just screen features really. You've got status bar, we've got various battery icons. Let's go for retro 5. Show clock, of course, status bar, and bar background. All right, pretty standard there. File browser. So we have, it's a bit jittery there, can't really read it straight away. So folders above files. We have show hidden files, same way you'd show hidden files on a Windows Explorer. Show internal tab. We've got favorite timeout just there. And that's the extent of the interface options. Protocols. So within protocols, we can configure sub-gigahertz settings, add and remove custom frequencies, and set up which GPIO pins are used by different external modules. So really nice customization options at this point. We got bad BT. When we got USB, we got bad BT remember. If you want to be remembered on whichever ones you added, we have frequencies. Use defaults. We've got static frequencies. You can add your own here. You can remove them, add a frequency. You got hopper frequencies. You can add your own hopper frequencies if you want. We have GPIO pins. Again, you can add your own depending on which one, how you want to customize it. File name prefix. You can have that before or after, of course. And lastly, we have MISC. So everything else that doesn't fit into previous categories we already looked at. You can change Flipper's name, XP level, screen options, configure RGB, backlight if you've managed to do that customization. So again, screen here, dark mode, left-hand mode, whoever's a lefty out there. RGB, backlight. We got LCD version. Here's the versions of, obviously it's locked for now because I didn't bother do that with this Flipper I have. We have Dolphin, and we can change here, or the Dolphin Angry, Dolphin level as well. VGM options, of course, and charge cap. I'm not sure if that actually affects how much you can charge, or is that just a display option. You can change, obviously, the device name. That's how you get your name showing up on the Flipper. And show Momentum intro again. Why not? Let's show it again. All right, the next big aspect of Momentum is its animation and assets packs. I just want to take this time to give a shout out to our name sponsor.
It doesn't matter what your name is!
Forget about it.
Fucking forget about it.
Now, to keep the momentum going, no pun intended, they've also created an animation asset pack that's rather improved and enhanced in my perspective. They've created it in a way to make it easier to cycle through your own asset packs with only a few buttons pressed, allowing you to load customized icons, fonts, animations easier and like never before. They say to think of it like a theme system, so let's see how that actually looks. Now, if we head over to their Discord, they have this asset packs channel, and here we have contributors constantly updating this. So we have some from Cronus, who's kindly contributed quite a few actually. So they got these ones. They got some nice 80s, 90s DOS virus ones. So we'll download that. Small disclaimer, always sandbox what you download from Discord. And if we go into the SD card now, we go into asset packs. Here you can see I've got a few here. Let's add this one in after you've extracted that and drop the folder in. Right, now we have these DOS virus asset packs. Let's head back in and we'll go straight to Momentum. We'll go into interface, graphics, asset packs. Let's find the one we just did. Click that. All right. Had to cycle through a few of them, it seems, for it to kick in. Finally, the manifest did work. But yeah, we got this nice DOS style animation, which is pretty cool. Make sure you continue to check on this, because within Discord, I'm sure more and more is going to be added. It's going to be like a floodgate of information and help from community members, I'm sure, on this front, but props to Kronos for that one. Now, the next significant part of Momentum would be everything Bluetooth and JavaScript related, judging from all the updates. So if we go into Bluetooth from here, a lot of you are already familiar with some of these tools already. So the BLE spam was a great feature for the Flipper last year, and it seems it's still ever growing. Now we have 11 options available to us. We have kitchen sink, we have BT settings flood, which feels available Bluetooth devices. It's basically like a beacon spam attack for the SSIDs, as it were, for Wi-Fi, equivalent to that. We have the fantastic iOS 17 lockout crash, which was a valid vulnerability and 0-day for that version of iOS when it was available. Then we have the modules for Apple, we have Samsung earbuds, the watch pair, Windows, of course. We have Vibrate Them All, another thing that I featured on a short. Really good if you're trying to entertain them lovers. And you got these denial of pleasure attacks as well to vibrate them all. O-type Ash Ketchum. So now we have this one of interest. What you can do as well to note is that over each option, you might be able to hold down the start menu and get a different option for this. So like here, for example, we got random map, you got types, flags, LED indicators, etc. So each one is just not just essentially just starting it and stopping it. You can hold the start button and get more features out of each one of them for the most part. So if we go into this one, for example, the Bluetooth settings flood, hold down the start, random Mac, you get a display name of Ace, and then we got C in phones, Bluetooth settings, got LED on, lock keyboard, random. Yes, we want to do that. Interestingly enough, if it is Bluetooth, I want to use the Bluetooth third party. All right, it's not actually working on the Windows version of it. Let's just try it, add one more. Maybe Will JL or one of the other devs can actually look into this, why a third party Windows Bluetooth device won't pick this up. But as you can see from the screenshot here, my phone got absolutely flooded with that Ace beacon. Definitely one to look into or update. Next we have is Find My Flipper. Another interesting aspect. So Find My Flipper, press the back to run a background Apple network, broadcast inactive, and then we have configure. Here we have broadcast intervals. You can import a tag from file. Here it is being credited to Matthew. And let's see exactly what we can do here. All right, so I'm going to pair it just to see that I can actually use this application. I'm going in this cold because I actually don't have any instructions how to use this. So let's see if we can work it out. Okay, I don't feel like this is being paired with the phone at all. I feel like it needs some sort of like an Apple AirTag or something to stick onto the Flipper somewhere where you can configure it. If anyone knows any different, or if Matthew can actually comment on this below in the video how this is set up, or a link to how all of this works, that'd be much appreciated. But for now, it doesn't seem to work with the phone itself. So that's the extent of that application for me here. Games, always a big one for me, as you know. Arkanoid, obviously, not the greatest game, let's be honest. It's just it is what it is. You're just playing a shitty game just on a bigger screen. So I'll wait for the more developed games to come out for this. Next, the biggest application that we saw was the introduction of the USB mass storage. So if we go to USB, we have a few new features available exclusively to Momentum. We have here mass storage. So exactly what is mass storage and what is it doing? So in terms of mass storage, not only do you have a storage capability, but you also have formats for new images to extract automatically, done by Will. We also have the USB disk-like storage capability, so you can create disk images or select a disk image if you choose to. So if we just create a new one, We can call this one, of course, there's only one name to call it. Call it Ace. Let's put a number on this. Ace 9. Then we can just create the image. Done. Here we have the image file there. And then we can select a disk. We can select that disk. And we have read-write capabilities to it. As so. Right, now we created Ace 9. We can actually access it as if it were a plug-and-play USB stick. So if we go to select disk and then we hit Ace 9, you will hear the Windows operating system interact with it as if you just plug something in. Now, for me, this only worked when I removed this from QFlipper. So I had to actually close QFlipper and do exactly the same thing. And there you have it. So it doesn't run while QFlipper's running, but there's the empty hard disk that we essentially created from there. All right, the next big addition to Momentum, and which I haven't seen on any other firmware so far, is the introduction of scripts here. Now, this obviously was introduced as a capability within official firmware, but on here we have these live runs of JS scripts, which opens up a different plethora of attack profiles here. So traditionally we have the bad USB, which primarily use PowerShell to execute scripts. Then you can conduct malicious payloads that way, exfiltrate, infiltrate systems, and create persistence using PowerShell, which is a native Windows language. On this front, we have JavaScript. Now, JavaScript attacks, on the other hand, are in the context of web browsers or JavaScript runtime environments. Now, these exploits, for me, can exploit vulnerabilities within the web applications that are natively running on a system. So you can steal cookie data, session hijacking, deliver malicious payloads through a website, and the list goes on. Again, they're both quite dangerous tools. One's doing something at a different angle than the other. So here you got simple scripts that are available here that's been run. You have BLE, you have bad USB demo, bad UART, we have an array buffer test. So these just run basically a console output straight direct within the Flipper with whatever JS code you're running on these little demos. Now, these can get more notorious and more malicious as they get more fleshed out. So for me, the sky is the limit. You're going to see some demos exfiltrating Wi-Fi. We've seen that already. I'm more interested in terms of what it can deliver in terms of the hijacking aspects or the payloads via web pages, if that could even be done through here. Be quite interested to see that. Conclusion. So that was the Momentum Firmware. For me, it stands out as a great leap in the Flipper Zero community, not only for the developers fleshing out new tools and flavors for custom firmware, but also as a nice blend for what the future is to come for the device. So for me, great tool in terms of innovation, customization, engagement, and we just saw that the firmware redefines what's possible for the Flipper Zero. At the minute, it stands as a great contender for me. I'm going to keep on it. I've just joined their Discord. I encourage you to do so as well. Link in the description below. Thanks for joining me today. I want to see your comments below of how you got on with it and any questions you might have about it. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. It helps the ace. Stay safe in the cyberspace and peace out.